Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Parsons Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of today's high school varsity boys soccer contest as part of the 2025 MIAA Division I Boys Soccer State Tournament Round of 16. Today's contest pits the visiting 28th seeded Winchester High School Red and Black against the hosting 21st seeded Brookline High Warriors. Well, it's been upset city in this part of the state tournament bracket. Brookline getting a big 1-0 victory over 12th seeded St. John's in the round of 32, while Winchester with an even bigger upset over number 5 New Bedford 2-1 to bring them here. And this should be a good one, folks, and I'm not going to be alone for this one. Joining me on the mic today as my color commentator, Brookline High sophomore and aspiring young sportscaster Sam Lowenstein. And Sam, you know, we throw around terms like, season of destiny and things like that. And, sometimes it applies, sometimes it doesn't. I think this could be one where it really applies. Brookline getting much desired payback against St. John's in the round of 32. The same St. John's team that eliminated them in the round of 32 in both 2022 and 2024. But in 2023, they had a very different outcome that could set them up for some payback in this round. Isn't that right?
100%, Jesse. Nice to be back here on playoff soccer. Number 11 Winchester then in 2023 beat number 6 Brookline. Speaking of upsets, in the round of 16, 3-0, a dominant showing in that one for Winchester. And this Winchester team, you talk about season of destiny. What a hot streak they have been on. In their last 5 games, counting that last playoff win against New Bedford, they are 5-0. They've won 5 of 5. Brookline has also been hot. They've won 3, lost none, and drawn 2 in their last 5. But Winchester scorching at the moment.
Well, that's the last 5 of the regular season. You also, it's now 4.
I included the playoffs in their last 5 total games.
That makes sense. Yeah, no, but both teams riding some momentum. Both teams looking to complete their season of destiny. And in this one particular game, both teams trying to punch their ticket to the round of 16. The pregame clock just ran out, so we'll soon be getting the PA announcer taking over. We got our first notes in the live chat. Let's Get Rich saying, "Let's go, Adam." And Marsha Buchanan and Ed, our regulars, the Naples fans, are online. Let's get another win for Brookline. Stop 'em all, Alec, referring, of course, to Brookline's starting goalie, Alex Magula, who had an astounding performance in the round of 32 against St. John's. So many highlight-worthy saves. I mean, I just turned into kind of a broken record saying, what another save by Smagula over and over and over again. We'll see what he and the rest of the Warriors have in store for us here today at Parsons in the round of 16.
Big game coming up, Brookline and Winchester. Momentum on the side of both teams, Jesse, as we get ready to get started.
Absolutely. And fans, just like those notes we got in the live chat already, if there's anything you would like to say, we always encourage that audience participation. Just awaiting the PA announcements as the captains meeting with the officials at midfield. For Brookline, their captains Travis Applebaum, Nico Leteplo, Wally Lawrence, and Alex Smagula. For Winchester, their captains Casey Trumbauer, Kadir Kumaran, Cole Queenan, and I think is there one more? Yes, Marvin Lee, the 4th one. So they finished meeting with the officials, and this one's going to get started real soon.
All right, well, getting ready to get started, Jesse, and just taking a quick look at this Winchester High School team. Really the type of season that they have had. Just taking a second here for this boys varsity team. Winchester, their record in the regular season was 9-3-4. Earlier in the year, they started hot. They had a series against relatively weak opponents, winning their first 3, but then they found some rocky moments. They've been hot lately.
Absolutely. And Brookline, meanwhile, they got off to kind of a slow start. Took them 7 games before they could get their first win of the year as they started 0-3-3. But like you had said earlier, Sam, they finished off on a pretty hot streak. And I mean, that's kind of the beautiful thing about the playoffs is that you're outside of the seeding, the record completely erased. Doesn't matter how many games you've won up to this point. All that matters is who wins the game today. We certainly saw that in the round of 32 with both of these teams riding big upset wins to get to this moment. And we'll see who captures the moment here in the round of 16.
Also, you have to give a lot of credit to Brookline's defense throughout the season. So many games that I joined you for, Jesse, Brookline was matched up against very high-ranked teams, and they either kept the game close or held them to a draw. A lot of scoreless draws for the Warriors, those necessary games that aren't as flashy but so important for the season.
I mean, hey, what's that old adage that they always go by, Sam? Defense wins championships. And that's, sometimes that's all you need. We certainly saw in last year's state tournament, Newton North, despite being towards the bottom of the bracket, ran all the way as their defense got hot. PA announcer taking over. I'm going to switch over to my camera mic.
MIAA 16 matchup between Winchester and your Brookline Warriors. Switch over to my camera mic. Participating student athletes, coaches, and contest officials have worked diligently to prepare for today's competition. Please show your appreciation by demonstrating good sportsmanship and respect for all in attendance. Ensure that your behaviors reflect the values that should be identified with these student athletes. Assume responsibility for your behavior and the behavior of those around you. If you require assistance, please call upon an MIAA, school, or security official. And now, the starting lineups for Winchester. Senior Marvin Lee. Senior Casey Trumbauer. Senior Adam Marudin. Senior Tom Ball. Senior Steve Abid. Junior Cole Keenan. Junior William Brown. Junior Samuel Grass. Junior Ronan O'Hara. And Junior Brady Sidoni. Winchester is coached by Vinny Busto. And now the starting lineup for your Brookline Warriors. The Warriors are coached by Kyle Boyno-Jones. Junior Julian Wheel. Senior Jacob Friedman. Junior Jeffrey Dong. Senior John Torres. Senior Koya Nikolai. Senior Ryan Goldberg. Senior Santi Sierra. Senior Travis Albon. Senior Wally Lawrence. Senior Jonah Lippman. And Senior Alex Madula. Our great nation has persevered through the leadership and sacrifices of men and women who have served or are currently serving in our armed forces. We invite veterans and current military personnel to stand. We thank you for your service. We now invite all to stand and direct your attention to the scoreboard end of the field as we salute our flag with the playing of our national anthem.
All right, those were our starting lineups and national anthem, and we are about to get the first half of this ball game underway. A fresh 40 minutes on the clock. Starting goalies for today, Alex Smagula for Brookline and William Brown for Winchester. And this is going to be really interesting. Sam, what do you think we're going to see in this first half?
This first half, I predict a low-scoring affair. You talked about Smagula, how he's performed this season. I predict a low-scoring first half here, Jesse. Maybe you'll see a couple goals come in, 1 or 2, possibly for Brookline. I do believe they are going to pull out this game considering the way they've played, but this one really could go either way considering the Cinderella run that both teams have been on, especially Winchester.
Absolutely, and soccer, a pretty low-scoring sport in general, although an exception certainly 2 years ago when Winchester delivered the upset over then 6th-seeded Brookline in the round of 16 of that year's tournament. But, so do you think we're going to see a goal here in the first half, or do you think it'll take until the second half before someone finds the back of the net?
I think the feeling I'm getting about this one, 40 minutes and a half, maybe you'll see a goal at the very end of the first half, 38th minute, something like that, or either that or a goal coming in the early second. The opening goal will be around that time, but nothing before.
Give them some time to see what the other teams bring and make some adjustments. I like what you're thinking there. And it's going to be interesting to see how the weather plays in effect. You know, we've had some rain today. We had some rain last night. It's been kind of off and on today. And obviously already a fairly slippery substance on the turf. So it's going to be interesting to see how the teams are able to maintain their footing. And also how fast the ball is going to move. Because that turf, it gets slick. And the ball is just going to be flying across the turf on anything kicked on the ground.
Exactly, and I believe the teams will struggle to corral it. Again, I could be totally wrong. We could have a goal early. You never know. That's the beauty of sports.
Brookline will have the opening possession here in the first half, playing from our left in their dark blue jerseys. Winchester in their white jerseys playing from the right. Here we go as Wally Lawrence sends a low bouncer straight up the field to start. Winchester will be taking it deep out of their own end as if this is a kickoff in American football. They work it along that back line. They work it around to number 3, Casey Trumbauer, off a pass from his fellow co-captain number 4, Marvin Lee. Now they try working it up the near side. They get it up to number 26, Seif Abed. Ebed gets a pass. Oh, that hit the official, and that's going to be a dead ball. It's going to be a drop ball given to Winchester.
That's something you don't see every day, Jesse.
Indeed, these officials usually trying their very best to stay out of the action as best they can. Brookline knocks that ball away. Koya Nicoli sending it to the outside, and we're going to get an early foul call as Jacob Friedman got kind of toppled there, and it'll be a free kick for Brookline.
Well, Brookline's starting out very aggressive with Wally Lawrence's kick and also a high press from Julian Weil, which did allow Winchester to get up the field, but not past midfield.
Lawrence sending in the free kick, flying towards the box, deflects off ahead into the box, and it's popped out there by Marvin Lee, downed there by Jonah Littman, recovered by Julian Weil, past the middle, Koya Nicoli sends it to the outside, deflected away by the defense of the red and black, gonna go out of bounds, and it'll be a Brookline throw-in. And we're gonna have such a fun time seeing this view out of our press box windows here at Parsons, but we're gonna give you the best coverage we possibly can as always, folks. Throw-in coming here into the box, goes off the head of Lee towards the outside. Lawrence tried to press it, but no dice as it's cleared out by Winchester. Going up the far side, it's cut off by Brookline's Santi Sierra. He didn't think he touched it, tried to just let it roll out of bounds, but they say it went off him. Winchester ball. Quick throw-in is tapped back to the outside to, I believe, number 17, Ian Erico. Quick passing up the middle there to number 6, Brady Cedrone. Cedrone sends it back. They work it across that back line to number 2, Ronan O'Hara. O'Hara sends it forward. Quick moving up that near side. Off to the races now is number 7, Tom Duval. Duval sends a crosser in, but it's a can of corn for the Brookline netminder, Alex Smagula. They send it up to midfield and stolen away by Nicoli, but a sea of white jerseys there, and it's taken away by Winchester, but a pass immediately intercepted there by Lawrence. Lawrence sending it upfield. He's looking for Weil. Weil chasing down that ball on the far side. Weil approaching, looking, cutting towards the middle, and he's cut off by the defense there. Ball's knocked loose, And it's a battle for the ball, recovered there by Sierra, sends it to the outside, and there was nobody there, and that's going to be a gimme throw-in for Winchester.
He was looking for Koya and Nicole there, and Jesse, that's one of those plays you talked about. The impact of the rain on the turf could have had an impact on that play.
Throw-in from O'Hara, tapped forward by Duval. Ebed battling with Sierra, lost out of bounds, and I believe this is going to be a Brookline ball. It'll be a throw-in coming from Littman. Littman sends it up the middle looking for Jad Torres, but bounces past him, and it's kicked away there by number 8, Adam O'Riordan. O'Riordan sends it forward, but it's stolen away there. Good efforts on defense by Brookline. It's the pass from Ryan Goldberg. It's out to Koya Nicole. Nicole's got some opening, touches it to the outside. A crosser sent in and blocked and almost cleared up, and Nicole is there pressing. A deflection, a shot. That's going to go off the defense. That's going to be a Brookline corner kick. Good pressure from Nicole and Weil to force that one.
Well, it looked like for a second there, Jesse Nicole could have taken a shot, opted to play it right on the give and go, and it ends up working out for Brookline with a corner kick chance.
They'll have the lefty kicker, Santi Sierra, coming to send this one in from the right side to have the ball curving towards the net. This is what they typically like to do on their corners. They have Sierra take corner kicks from the right and Ryan Goldberg, the righty kicker, take their corner kicks from the left. So they always have the ball spinning towards the net. This kick comes in way high and further back than you would expect as it goes off a couple of heads of Winchester players. Recovered by Wally Lawrence, pushed back forward, but nobody there. And it's going to be picked up by the Winchester goalie, William Brown. Winchester trying to work up the far side, but Lawrence there for another interception, but knocked away by Winchester real quick. Trying to push it up that far side. They run out of room, but it's deflected out by Brookline. They go for a quick throw-in looking to Ebed, but knocked away there by the Brookline defense. Cleared out, recovered there by O'Riordan. Pass up and goes back to O'Riordan. O'Riordan trying to fit one through for Duval and just wide, and it's an easy pickup for Smagula.
That was a good job by Applebaum disrupting, facing Winchester to go back, and they couldn't set up for any sort of a good chance.
Travis Applebaum providing that strong defense on that last possession, like you said. This one bouncing up, and it's kicked away by Winchester, but a nice recovery off the back foot by Ryan Goldberg. His kick knocked right back to him, and now he's dribbling around, looking, trying to send one up for a while. It's blocked on the pass there by, I believe, number 12, Samuel Crafts. Crafts sends it to the outside as they work it up that far side. A kick to the middle misses everybody, and it's going to be chased down in open space by Jonah Littman. Littman sends it up the line, and Weil couldn't stay with it, knocked away. Recovered by number 11, Cole Queenan. Queenan passes forward to Ebed. Ebed passed the outside, missed everybody, and it goes, I think, out the back line. I think that's going to be a goal kick for Smagula. It is.
Well, interestingly, on that play, when Winchester kicked it through the middle, Jeffrey Dong had a bit of an awkward touch. If he just let it go to Smagula, could have set up an easy punt for him, but regardless, the same result for the Warriors.
And it'll be Wally Lawrence taking this one as it goes up the middle, deflects back, but recovered by Sierra. Sierra kicks it across midfield, kicked right back by Lee. Lee's kick is cut off there by Lawrence, and he keeps it in bounds. Lawrence kicking it way upfield, too far for a streaking Julian Weil, and it's going to be picked up easily by William Brown, who throws it out to the near side while still giving chase, forcing an errant pass there as it's recovered by Nicole. Nicole back to Sierra. Sierra dribbling through the middle, cutting across, passes it to the outside to Jacob Friedman. Friedman disrupted there by Crafts. Crafts staying with it as he goes to the outside, and big collision there with Wally Lawrence, and extra forces come in, but they come in a little too physically. Foul is going to be called on Jacob Friedman.
This has been quite a physical game, Jesse. Early on, both teams up-tempo, and a lot of these bang-bang plays in the first couple minutes.
Free kick flying in now. Goes off the head of Dong, recovered by O'Hara. O'Hara slices that one to the outside, but it's going to get to Erico. Erico bringing it in. His kick is blocked by they're saying it wasn't even blocked by Friedman. He just sliced it, and it's going to be a goal kick for Brookline.
That's interesting, Jesse. Definitely almost looked like it came off of Friedman, but what an optical illusion, at least from our angle.
Here comes the goal kick from Lawrence. Goes with height this time on his kick. Downed by Weil. Goes to the outside. Duval going to chase that one down. Cuts around Littman. Passes forward. Complete there to Queenan. Queenan sends a pass. Deflects forward. Dong going to get there first. And he's going to kick that one out of bounds. Take no chances there.
And a good job by Dong there to get around the ball and make the safe play for Brookline, with a striker attacking for Winchester.
Here comes the throw-in. They're going to tap it towards the middle. It goes off the head of Applebaum. Deflects a couple times over to Queenan. Queenan pushes it forward. Taken off one hop by Smagula. They did have a player crashing in, trying to make a play on it, but no chance there as Smagula punts this ball away. Being chased down by Friedman. Friedman trying to turn the corner on his defender. Friedman started to race upfield. His kick is blocked, though, and it's recovered by Winchester. Sent upfield there and intercepted again by Lawrence in the attempted pass by Cedrone. Lawrence sends it across to an open Littman. Littman dribbling up, surveying his options. Pass out to the near side. Dribbling with it. Cutting around is Weil. Weil towards the middle, sends a pass across, blocked there, but goes right to Nicoli. Nicoli dribbling with it, disrupted there by Erico, and it's kicked upfield by Winchester. Dong just going to let that one roll out of bounds for a simple throw-in.
That's a smart play by Dong. Just allow Brookline to reset properly with the throw-in from Littman.
And the throw goes off the foot of Goldberg, recovered there by Queenan. Pass back to O'Riordan, now up to Duval. Duval's pass, a nice sliding block by Jeffrey Dong to get that one out of bounds.
And he's been busy, Jesse, on the left side for Brookline, defending against Winchester's wing attacks.
Duval, a side kick towards the middle, but blocked by Applebaum. Goldberg swoops in to take it and gets around Crafts, sends it upfield. He's looking for Torres. Torres putting on the Jets to get there, colliding with Lee, still fighting for the ball along that sideline, and Lee manages to get the kick away to Crafts. Crafts a pass to the middle. They pass it back, and now Trumbauer kicking it along, and we've got a push foul called against Winchester, as it looked like it was Applebaum who went to the ground on that play. Free kick from Lawrence. Almost rushed it, but decided to let his teammates get set. Now sends one in low, actually, and it's blocked immediately there by Erico. It's going to roll out of bounds. It'll be Brookline ball. We got our first substitution. Looks like Nico Liteplo checking into the game, replacing Jacob Friedman, I believe. Throw in. They go straight to Liteplo. Rushing in. Did he get the favorable deflection? He did. Nico Liteplo making an impact right away, getting that favorable deflection to set up the corner kick.
Really nice play on attack from Liteplo, but also an incredible slide tackle for the Winchester defender to prevent more of a possible attack.
Now from the left side, they've got Ryan Goldberg, the righty kicker, setting up to send in this corner kick. Second corner kick of the day for Brookline. This one coming in high. Deflects down in the box, and the clear is blocked. Oh, my gosh! And it is corralled by Brown. I couldn't tell if it was setting up to go wide of the post anyhow, but a chaotic play there. Close shave for the Winchester defense, but ultimately we remain scoreless. Now Winchester operating on the counter, and it's killed immediately by Dong, but recovered by the red and black there as they kick this one upfield. Goes over the head of Queenan, but chasing after it now is Duval. Duval sends in the crosser right there, deflects back. Oh, cleared out by Dong. Good coverage by Applebaum and Dong to prevent disaster there As now Brookline trying to head the other way. Racing after the ball. It goes headed back to the goalie. And since it was just a deflection back to the goalie, he can grip it with his hands. Throws it up that far side. Now a pass to the middle. Kicked upfield by O'Riordan. Headed down by Dong, and that'll go out of bounds.
And Dong manning the defense. He's played in a similar role, almost how Applebaum usually does for Brookline, most of the defensive touches.
Throw in tapped back, and now a crosser flying in. Oh, it went through Smagula's hands, and the kick goes in. Disaster for Brookline as Winchester is on the board first. I couldn't see the number of who scored it, but the red and black are on the board first as it slips through Smagula's hands and is scored there. I'm not sure who it was that scored that one. Did you manage to catch a jersey number there, Sam?
Unfortunately not. We'll have to look back at the replay for that.
Yeah, we'll have to see if maybe the PA announcer has a clue who got that one, but a 1-0 lead here in the 13th minute for Winchester. Brookline now playing from behind as Goldberg kicks that one up. A deflection there, gets up to Weil. Weil trying to send one to the outside, intercepted by Crafts. Crafts pass intercepted by Lawrence. Lawrence stopped there by Crafts, and the ball is pushed back and kicked upfield by Lee. And that's going to fly out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Brookline.
Well, Jesse, we talked about how the slippery and slightly wet conditions were going to affect this game, possibly cause some difficulties for the teams, and that's exactly what happened there. Just slipped out of Smagula's hands.
Throw in here goes off ahead and kicked away now by Winchester. Recovered, sent up the far side for Torres. Torres bring it towards the corner, a pass back, but his teammate wasn't ready for it, and Crafts kicks that one away. Headed back forward by Lawrence. And a scramble for the ball, and it's ultimately recovered by Sierra. Sierra dribbling up, cutting around, trying to push the ball forward. It's kicked away there by Lee. Applebaum sends it back forward. It's passed right back to Lawrence. Lawrence weaves around a couple, moving towards the outside, now sending a pass up, and the pass back misses him. Some miscommunication as this ball now goes back to Dong, and he kicks it upfield, corralled by Leteplo. Leteplo dribbling around. Leteplo sends in a crosser pass, but not enough on it as it's kicked away. It'll go out of bounds. Brookline ball.
Brookline trying to gain an offensive attack, but they do look a bit discombobulated in the midfield after giving up the opening goal to Winchester.
Setting up for the throw-in coming from Wally Lawrence, strongest arm on the team, and he did get a throw-in assist in the round of 32 on the goal by Lars Peterson. This throw-in coming in high. Deflects off ahead. Oh, it went right to the net, exactly as planned, but it's corralled by William Brown.
Well, Jesse, Brookline has had a couple of these chances.
Now Winchester trying to quickly move up. Duval a pass to Ebed. Ebed turns around, passes it back to O'Riordan. O'Riordan to the outside to O'Hara. Lost control, taken by Weil. Boots it upfield, blocked by O'Riordan. Out of bounds, Brookline ball.
Brookline has had a couple of these chances.
Quick throw in. They're wasting no time here. This is Sierra dribbling near midfield. Pass to the outside. Connects with his target. I believe that's Torres charging across the middle. A pass across to Weil. Tap to the middle for Leteplo. Leteplo trying to juke, but it's taken away by the Winchester defense. Duval kick blocked down by Sierra. Recovered by Goldberg. Goldberg. Pass to the outside. Littman wasn't ready for it, and that's going to slide out of bounds. You weren't kidding there, Sam. There's been a number of plays since the goal where Brookline just seems out of sync with each other when trying to connect on their passes.
The interesting thing, they've had a couple of those plays. They've also looked quite dangerous offensively.
This one tapped forward. Ebed pushing. Applebaum cutting him off and kicking it out of bounds.
The defensive captain coming to the rescue there. Smagula was just a bit out of goal. Looked like Ebed for a second could have gotten on top of that one. Hard to see whether it's a corner kick or a throw-in.
Oh, I'm certain it's a throw-in. The players would be closer to the net if it was a corner. Throw-in coming here. Goes off ahead. Recovered by Queenan. Queenan stopped there by the defense, and I think it went out of bounds again. Again, a bit hard to see in that corner as we've got a big crowd here at Parsons. Despite the bad weather, the fans coming out for this one as we got some subs checking in for Brookline. Jacob Friedman back in the game, and out on the field for the first time today, number 2, Sammy Treestman. Throw in. Oh, big chance. Duval kicks it, and that misses everything. Out of bounds goal kick.
Duval tried to get backspin on that kick, kind of kicked it around Roberto Carlos type shot, but seemed like it was a bit of a cross, confusing play there, and it's out of play.
22.5 minutes on the clock here in the first half. The Winchester Red and Black with a 1-0 lead over Brookline currently, as Lawrence's kick bounces past everybody all the way down to Marvin Lee, who sends it forward. Bouncing along, a battle for the ball. And it's recovered by Winchester. A couple quick passes. Queenan trying to send it forward. Too far forward for Duval. And that'll be picked up by Smagula.
Queenan's been the offensive facilitator in the attacking midfield for Winchester, setting up everything on the wings in their dangerous chances.
This one blocked, but they say it went off the hand of Liteplo, and that will be a free kick for Winchester.
That's such an unlucky play for Brookline. Liteplo, a wall up front for the Warriors, looking to set up an offensive chance, but all for naught for the handball.
This one headed back by Goldberg, gets up to Liteplo. Liteplo sending one upfield a bit far, but putting on the Jets. I believe that's Torres. Oh, hard shot there. And that's going to be at least a foul, possibly a card. And no card on that one. It's playoff soccer. They're letting him go. As that one will be a goal kick for Winchester. They move it up the near side. Back foot pass from Duval. Gets up to Ebed. Disrupted by Dong. But they're going to say last touch by Ebed. It'll be a Brookline throw-in.
Well, Freeman's going to lay this one off to Jonah Littman, and Brookline has had their fair share of offensive opportunities. They had one where it deflected for a second off the goalie, Jesse, earlier in the game. They just need to control the midfield.
This pass deflecting around. Littman recovers back to Applebaum up the middle, intercepted by Queenan. Knocked loose by Sierra. Queenan back to recover it and runs out of room, and they're going to call the foul on Sierra there. A little too physical on that play, and it'll be another free kick for the Red and Black.
Queenan making an impact, not just offensively, but in the transition game there as well. Those are the little things, Jesse, the drawing of the fouls you don't always see on the stat sheet.
Lee with the free kick. Deflects up in the air. Goes off the head of Lachlan Archer, number 21, and booted away by Brookline. Recovered by Lee. Lee's kick up in the air, and a bit of a fight for this ball, and Duval comes out with it. Cut off by Goldberg, but he stays with it and gets the pass back to O'Riordan, and O'Riordan boots it way upfield. It will be Brookline ball, but much further downfield than they were hoping for, as Littman's throw-in ultimately does flip the field over to the Winchester side, and it will be another Brookline throw-in from opposing territory.
Brookline has controlled the possession in these last couple minutes. Not an outright control of it, but they have had the ball more than Winchester.
Booted up in the air by Dong. This one curves way out to the outside. Chased down by Erico, and a weird pinball ricochet. Good hustle on that play by Torres to get the favorable deflection. Throw in downed by Lee. He kicks it back the other way. Ebed moves it along, and it's going to roll out of bounds.
That was a really interesting kick by Dong. He put enough spin on it that it stayed in bounds and forced Winchester to try to make a play, resulting in Brookline getting possession.
This one being pushed upfield by Liteplo. Keeps it in. No, did not keep it in bounds. Ran out of room on that far sideline. It'll be a Winchester throw in. Deep in their own end. Got a substitution coming in for Winchester. Number 10, Kadir Kumaran. This throw in deflects back. Leteplo trying to fight his way through, running out of room, and couldn't get there to get the favorable deflection as Marvin Lee was boxing him out.
Well, you talked about it earlier, Jesse. Leteplo's made a huge impact up front in attack for Brookline ever since he's came in the game. Their number of chances has increased.
Got another substitution. Number 3, Aki Moriguchi into the game for Brookline as Winchester bringing this ball up slow. A pass out to the far side and an immediate fight for the ball. And we've got either an out of bounds or a foul. Looks like a foul, and so Lawrence setting up for a free kick. He boots it up high, trying to get out to the near side. It goes off the head of a defender into some open space, and recovering it will be Erico. Pass across to Archer, now back to O'Riordan. Kicked upfield, blocked down by Applebaum. Fighting for it, Kumaran gets to the outside, now pushed forward. Erico is battling for it, but has to come back and pass it backwards. Winchester still moving the ball up. They pass it up that far side. Crosser does not stay in bounds, and it'll be a goal kick for Brookline. Another consequence of that slick, wet turf here at Parsons.
Good job by Brookline there to stay compact, forcing the tough angle for Winchester on the cross in.
Battling for the ball again is Leteplo. Leteplo sending it to the outside, racing after it, Sammy Treisman. And it's going to be knocked away and cleared upfield and inbounds by the Winchester defense. Impressive play there as they quickly move it up and force the out-of-bounds deflection by the Brookline defense. They'll get a throw-in from around midfield.
Winchester's done a good job on these little counterattacks, even when Brookline has the possession and pushes the ball downfield in a sustained way. They're able to get it to the sides quickly or boot it up like this.
That one was popped up in the air by O'Riordan, headed down by Applebaum, gets up to Sierra. Sierra racing across midfield, taps it across, tapped it right back to Sierra. Fancy pass there from Treisman. Sierra gives it to Goldberg, out to the far side to Friedman. Friedman racing down, matched up with Crafts. Running out of room, tries a kick, and it's blocked. He's staying after it, though. Friedman fighting for this ball, and it goes out of bounds. Friedman was trying to draw the foul, but could not. It'll be a Winchester throw-in.
You got to think Winchester learned from some of their plays earlier where they were called for fouls. Good job not to foul Friedman.
This one kicked upfield, downed there by Lawrence, recovered by Winchester. Sending it upfield, looking for Duval. Duval is going to control the ball. He jukes out Littman, charging in, firing a shot. Oh, off the crossbar, off the hand of Smagula. A big save there to keep it a one-score game. Another shot flying in, and it's blocked there by Dong. Recovered by O'Hara. O'Hara, back foot pass up to Queenan. Queenan dribbling, blocked there by Dong. Deflects out to Duval. Duval fakes, now sends in the crosser. It deflects back. Queenan fires a shot, and it's over the top, out of bounds. And it'll be a goal kick for Brookline.
That's unbelievable. Jesse Duval juked out Jonah Littman in defense. Littman slipped for a second on the slick turf here at Parsons, allowing for that free shot that pinged off the crossbar.
Lawrence launches that goal kick way upfield. O'Riordan kicks it, recovered by Littman here. Kumaran putting on pressure, but it's recovered ultimately by Sierra. Pass back to Applebaum. Now this pass just misses Duval and gets up to Littman. Littman moving upfield. A pass forward misses his target. Was looking for Julian Weil on that play. It's going to be recovered by William Brown. 14 minutes to go here in the half. A 1-0 lead for Winchester. This one up in the air, deflects off the foot of Duval and intercepted there by Dong. A pass misses Nicoli, and he could not get after it. It's recovered instead by Erico. Pass back to Lee. Lee kick upfield, headed away by Lawrence. Ricochets hard and recovered by Kumaran. To the outside, Erico sending it up the line now, and a hard slide tackle by Lawrence. No foul, and Lawrence gets up to get it, but it is going to ricochet out of bounds and it will be Winchester ball.
Winchester's been so explosive in their attacks with Duval, with Queenan, really with everybody up front, and it's caused a lot of problems for the Warriors, even though Brookline has still done a good job to create a little chance here and there. Winchester's chances have been better, a big part because they're generating them so quickly and out of nowhere.
And we've got a timeout called here with just over 13 minutes on the clock here in the first half. 1-0, the Winchester lead. We weren't entirely sure who scored that goal. During this timeout, I might take a minute and just try and see if I can ask around. Sam, in the meantime, tell us what you think of this game so far.
Well, Brookline, they've done solid at times. The problem has been often in the midfield, Winchester's gone on these really explosive streaks where they've taken, say Brookline has a couple guys back. They have 3 guys, 4 guys. Winchester, if one of the Brookline defenders is out of position, they're able to cut through and generate a big chance. Queenan's done an incredible job. We've talked about him a bunch, such a difference maker in that midfield. And Duval, he's looked very dangerous on the left side. Jeffrey Dong did a good job to contain him early on, but he has been a constant problem for the Warriors throughout this game, as we saw with that shot that Spagula saved off the crossbar.
And after checking around, I was told that it was number 7, Tom Duval, who scored that goal for Winchester, a chaotic goal, and I hope I've got it identified correctly, but I might be wrong, as anyone who watched my live stream of the Round of 32 contest at St. John's knows. I did get my goal call wrong on that one, on the goal that was scored by Lars Peterson. I saw Julian Weil sprinting ahead of everybody on the celebration. I thought it was him, because usually the guy leading the celebration sprint is the guy who scored, but that was my mistake. Out of the timeout here, 13:13 is what the clock reads, though of course that doesn't account for stoppage time, and so we'll see how these teams adjust as clear kick whiffed initially, but then recovered and kicked away there, I believe, by Applebaum. Winchester kicks this one. Duval tries to tap it forward. Big block there by Dong. Dong staying after the ball. It deflects to the outside, kept in bounds by Moriguchi. Barely gets a pass back to Littman. Littman kicks it up, goes off ahead and out of bounds. That was deflected out by number 19, Emil Villamos. Throw in, deflects, and they're going to call a push in the back there against Ronan O'Hara, and it'll be a free kick for Brookline.
And those are the kind of calls that Brookline needs. The Warriors need to set up something going here with Chance starting at Parsons for the Warriors, Santi Sierra.
Ryan Goldberg taps back the free kick to Dong. Dong sends it up to Sierra, now back to Applebaum. Applebaum goes to the outside to Goldberg. Goldberg up to Littman. Littman lost control of that one there, but O'Riordan lost control of it even more, losing it out of bounds. Quick throw in from Littman towards the middle. Bounces just past Weil, and it's cleared out by Marvin Lee. Headed forward by Lawrence, but kicked right back by Winchester. Recovered here by Erico. Pass back Lee. Lee kicks it upfield, gets past Lawrence and up to Kumaran. Kumaran's pass knocked away by Applebaum. Keeping it in bounds, or no, it did go over the line.
That is a nice back heel from Applebaum, even though it went out of bounds. This is an opportunity, though, for Winchester to work it in from the right side. They've had most of their success on their left.
Throw in. Duval's kick blocked by Dong. Stays in bounds as Lawrence sends it upfield. Deflecting forward. Blocked there by Trumbauer as Weil was trying to push that one up. Moving around, this is Archer with the ball. Tap to the outside, Crafts. Up the line to Erico. Trying to lead for Archer now. Archer sends in the crosser. Blocked by Dong. And that kick from, I believe, Erico flies out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick.
Good compact defense. The box fully filled up with Brookline defenders. Good defense there from Dong, forcing the long shot.
Smagula taking the goal kick himself, opts for a short pass to Dong. Brookline trying to work the short passing game here as Littman sends it up to Goldberg. Goldberg passes back to Dong. Dong sends one up the middle. Misses Nicoli there. Nicoli trying to give chase, but coming back for it. And a kick upfield by Friedman. Friedman recovers the ball here after a clear kick. Friedman dribbling up with it, sending a pass through to Weil. Weil racing in. Weil sends in the crosser. It's covered up by William Brown.
Opportunity on the left side for an open Julian Weil. With the Winchester defense shifted over. He was all alone for a split second there. But still the red and black closing out in time to limit a good shot.
This ball deflected down, booted away by Littman. Booted back the other way by Trumbauer. Deflects forward for Winchester. Kicked away by Applebaum. Could not be kept in bounds. That'll be a Winchester throw-in.
Well, Winchester resetting here quickly. Substitution coming.
And that's going to be Cole Queenan coming back into the game. This throw-in goes back to Lee. Lee kicks it upfield, looking for Duval, but just misses him. And it's picked up by Smagula.
Duval continues to be so dangerous up at the front for Winchester.
Tom Duval, the only goal scorer so far today, as Winchester's got the 1-0 lead. Littman kicking this ball upfield. Intercepted there by Queenan. Queenan pops it up in the air, leading for Kumaran. Kumaran does draw the corner. He deflects that one off Dong. It's going to be a corner chance for the red and black.
Now that's something else. The red and black haven't had a lot of corners.
Yeah, this is their first, I believe.
Brookline has actually won the corner battle, interestingly enough, this game.
This one knocked out. Oh, what a diving save by Alex Smagula to keep this a one-score game. That was beautifully set up by Winchester. They got exactly what they wanted, but Smagula, at the last possible half second, saw where it was going and dove to his left to make that catch.
Man, what an unbelievable sprawling save by Smagula, Jesse. He makes up for the mishap earlier.
Still a 1-0 lead for Winchester as they pass it back to their goalie, William Brown. Pops it up in the air. Deflects. Corralled there by Archer. Archer sending it to the outside, and Errico couldn't collect his footing and get back to that one. Throw in for Brookline. 7.5 to go here in the first half. As a substitution for Brookline, Jad Torres back into the game. Throw-in deflects out of bounds. Going to stay with Brookline.
That's a much-needed little jolt of field position for the Warriors. Can just help them set up in a good position with a long throw.
This long throw goes off ahead, off another from Nicoli. Going after it is Torres. Torres trying to pass it to himself. Bodies go flying there, and they're going to call Torres for the foul as he bumped Duval on that play.
Well, that's an interesting call, and Jesse, it really seems like this game has came to a bit of a lull after a very explosive start to the game, although Winchester has continued to have a lot of chances.
I was about to say, we had an explosive near goal just a couple minutes ago. It's had its ebbs and flows, though. You're absolutely right.
It feels like it kind of, you see something like this, back and forth, and then just like that, you have a quick chance. And then it goes back to how it normally is.
Littman with the throw-in, off a couple of heads, and another. Torres with the ball in a tight space here. Ball wrenched free by Duval. Duval kicks it into open space. It's a race there, and coming out for it is Smagula as Errico is trying to chase it down.
Deep, long cross across the ground for Winchester. You don't see that every day. Almost a through ball of sorts.
This one deflected down, gets to Archer. but it's won by Sierra. Leaves it for Friedman, who passes back to Lawrence. Lawrence can't get the pass away. It's stolen by Kumaran. Kumaran racing with it, disrupted, but keeps the ball. Now passes it back. O'Hara up the line here to Duval. Duval forward to Kumaran. Kumaran deflected, and it's booted up in the air by Sierra. Off ahead here, downed by Friedman. Friedman bringing it up towards midfield, cutting towards the middle, and lost the ball cleanly. They say it was taken away. Winchester, pass out to Duval, pops it up in the air, kicked away by Friedman, up to Nicoli, but lost it, taken away by Crafts, sends it up to Erico, and that ball stayed in bounds. This is still in play as Lawrence kicks that one away to an open Goldberg. Goldberg taps to the outside for Littman. Littman gives it to Goldberg. Goldberg walking it up. Pass to the outside to Friedman. Friedman looking for a through, but it's blocked. Taken away by Winchester there. But Brookline recovers it. Pass goes to Goldberg. Goldberg trying to send it to the outside, blocked by Crafts. Crafts kick deflected by Brookline, and it's going to be chased down by Dong. Dong sends a quick pass, intercepted by Duval. Duval back to O'Riordan. O'Riordan up to Duval. Duval being chased by Littman. It's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay Winchester ball with just under 4 minutes to go here in the half.
As Winchester now sets up. Winchester's done a great job on the press game. Time after time, when they've generated these big chances, it's been because they've hijacked Brookline in the midfield and then taken it from there.
Looks like another throw-in. Again, very hard to see the student section. Very crowded over here in Parsons on this left side. But Winchester lost control of it, and it goes over the back line. This will be a goal kick.
Brookline catches a break there. Again, Winchester have not had many corners, although they have had a very good attack. It's all came from plays in play and not set pieces.
And Torres called for a foul. He can't believe it, but, you know, he made contact, and even if O'Riordan sold it a little bit, that's part of the game. Queenan setting up to take the free kick here. 2:45 on the clock here in the half. This long one flies, headed straight up in the air. Still in play as Lawrence smartly heads it over to the waiting hands of his goalie, Alex Smagula. Smagula punts this one off the head of O'Riordan. Recovered there. Ball's deflecting around, and now it's kicked upfield by Sierra. Recovered by O'Riordan. Pops it out to the far side to Erico. Erico runs out of room there. Out of bounds, Brookline ball.
Somebody down on the sideline for Brookline.
I think that's Wally Lawrence.
Hopefully he's doing okay.
Yeah.
Back on his feet now.
He is, and it looks like he's trying to just walk this one off. You know, he's definitely among the top guys in terms of wants to stay out there no matter what. A senior co-captain who has been playing all 4 years on this Brookline soccer team. This now what could be his last high school soccer game if Brookline cannot come back from this deficit. So the throw-in appears to have just missed completely and not gone in bounds, and so Winchester will get the throw-in off of the violation. This one taken by Erico, knocked out of bounds. Oh, and Lawrence got the favorable deflection, and so it'll be a throw-in for Brookline.
Brookline has won a lot of these deflections, Jesse. Just an interesting thing on these sides.
Clock frozen at 2 minutes to represent stoppage time as this ball is going to roll out the back end, and it'll be a goal kick for Brookline. So with it being stoppage time, only the double whistle from the official will tell us when this half is over. Smagula gives this one out to Dong on the near side. Dong sending a pass up the middle, complete to Sierra. Sierra trying to turn the corner, but it's not there, taken away by Duval. Tight space down in that near side corner. I can't see what's happening. Ball appears to have gone out of bounds, and I think it's going to be a Winchester throw-in. Just kind of got to read context clues on where the players are as Winchester throws it in. Battling again in that corner. They're trying desperately to get a corner kick, but they did not get it, as this is going to be a goal kick for Brookline.
Teaches you how to learn soccer formations. You never know. It helps out, though.
Lawrence kicks this one. Flying upfield. Kicked back there by Crafts. Recovered now by Nicoli. Pass over to Torres. Torres surveying, now popping one up in the air. To the outside, Littman. Can't really see. Littman cutting around, sending in a crosser, but nobody there, and it's an easy catch for Brown.
That was an interesting play. You got to think Littman was looking for his man up front while at the near post, but instead it went too far and was taken by the keeper.
And that is the double whistle, and that will be halftime. Our score at the half here at Parsons Field. The Winchester Red and Black 1. The Brookline Warriors 0. Tom Duval, according to sources, the lone goal scorer of this half, as Winchester trying to procure another upset win and punch their ticket to the round of 8, while Brookline will need to make some adjustments in the second half. As we head into this halftime break, I'd like to take a moment to direct your attention to some helpful links down in the description section of this video. First off, a link to the official Venmo account of the Friends of BHS Soccer Booster Club, which supports all 6 Brookline High soccer teams, boys and girls, varsity, JV, and freshmen. And then a link and phone number for our local charity spotlight, our one local charity spotlight for this entire fall postseason, the Brookline Food Pantry. Those of you who have watched any of my other playoff streams here, you know that the Brookline Food Pantry is the one local charity that we're spotlighting for this postseason, and that I've made a commitment to donate $50 out of my game check for every playoff game I cover this fall to the Brookline Food Pantry, for the simple reason that because of the government shutdown and the suspension of SNAP benefits, there's going to be a lot more people going hungry all over this country. And so I just want to step up and do my part to help the cause, and I hope to inspire others to step up and do their part. Follow that link in the description section of the video where you can donate to the Brookline Food Pantry yourself. I challenge each and every one of you tuning in to donate to your local food pantry or food bank, wherever it is that you may be tuning in from, because, again, this issue affects all communities all over the country. And if there's one thing I have learned, from covering these Brookline High sports, it's what a beautiful thing it is to be a part of a community and just how valuable that is. And so I want to give back to this community that's given so much to me at its time of a dire need, and I hope you guys will feel the same. So again, check out that link down in the description section down below. But it is halftime. Alongside Sam Lowenstein, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. We're going to take a break and mute the mic, but we'll be back with the second half of this ball game. Stay tuned. Hello again, everybody. Back on the mic, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan alongside Sam Lowenstein here at Parsons Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. Here to bring you coverage of the second half of this 2025 MIAA Division I Boys Soccer State Tournament Round of 16 contest between 21st seeded Brookline and 28th seeded Winchester. The Winchester Red and Black with a 1-0 lead off a goal scored by Tom Duval. And Sam, what do you think the Brookline Warriors are going to need to bring in terms of adjustments here in the second half if they want to tie this ball game up?
Well, Jesse, first and foremost, they're going to have to win the battles at midfield. Winchester's had a lot of their really dangerous chances when they've won the ball at midfield, and then they've quickly spread it out to the wings. Brookline has been essentially isolated on defense. They'll have only, even when they have a couple guys back, they're unable to account over to the side to get to Winchester's attackers. And offensively, Brookline's going to have to start getting more of a formidable wing attack.
This ball deflecting around, Winchester moving it up, but it's kicked away there by Brookline. Flies out to the far side, and Winchester's going to let that one bounce out of bounds.
Well, what I must say, Jesse, is doing both those things at once is incredibly difficult.
This one kicked upfield by Duval, but it was already lost out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Brookline.
Well, this gives Brookline a chance to recalibrate, set up, and get something going.
Jonah Littman dribbling in a tight space there, and it's out of bounds. You got the favorable deflection there. He'll get another throw-in chance. This one headed away by Winchester, and they quickly move it in transition. They've been so strong in the transition game today as that ball kicked away by Applebaum, kicked up in the air by, I believe, Adam O'Riordan, goes off the head of Jeffrey Dong, recovered now by Ronan O'Hara. Pass up to Sif Ebed. Pass to the outside to Duval. Tom Duval's kick walled off by Applebaum, out of bounds. It'll be a Winchester throw-in.
Well, now Winchester in a good spot. Jesse, we talked about at the break how if Brookline brings up guys with more chances.
And that one headed up in the air, and Brookline able to clear it out. Another shot, and that one went off the official. That's the second time today that a kick, I think that one went off the official at least. And if so, that's the second time in this game that a kick has deflected off the official. You mentioned in the first half, Sam, this rarely happens even once in a game. Now it's happened twice.
Exactly. Got to wonder what the odds are on that.
That kick deflected, and it's going to be booted away by Brookline. Winchester wanted a handball. They did not get it. This ball headed to the outside to number 16, Lucas Hirsch, sent back to the goalie, William Brown. Deflected forward by Brookline. Goes off ahead there. Now deflected up by Cole Queenan. Booted up in the air by Casey Trumbauer, and that's going to be out of bounds, and it'll be a Brookline throw-in.
Well, Jesse, one really interesting thing about when the ball hits an official and it goes in for a goal, it still counts, whether the official hits it or not.
Throw-in goes off a couple of heads here, corralled by Brookline. Left there for a long kick from Santi Sierra, launches it too high, goal kick Winchester.
Sierra in a solid position, but in his effort to curl it around the defense of Winchester, he pushed it too far to the left.
William Brown setting up for the goal kick here. This one headed down by Sierra, popped up in the air by Ryan Goldberg, heads it out to Koya Nicoli. Nicoli pass it out to the far side to Jonah Littman. Littman keeps it in bounds, knocked out of bounds there by O'Hara.
This is a good chance position for Brookline here from the right side.
Battling, very physical battle, and I think they waved the flag for a foul there as they were getting too physical and too grabby there trying to cover Jacob Friedman. Big free kick chance for Brookline here. This is almost the equivalent of a corner kick, slightly different angle. And we'll see what Brookline does here as they've got Santi Sierra, their lifty kicker, lining up for this one.
Essentially, this is a corner kick, but better for Brookline.
Absolutely. Let's see what they decide to do. Will Sierra go for the shot? Will he try and lift it up in the air for a teammate to head it in? Sends it up high. Oh, just too high it goes. Just seems to scrape off the top of Jonah Littman's head as he could not knock it in there too high.
Looked like it scraped the head of Nicoli as well. If he had gotten his head on it, he could have banged it in for Brookline, but nonetheless, a goal kick.
Another goal kick here from Brown. Off the head of Ian Erico. Kicked upfield by Queenan. Booted right back by Lawrence, but that's going to fly out of bounds. It'll be Winchester ball, but further back in the Winchester end. Throw in. That one deflects, last touched by Sierra. Another throw in for the red and black. Samuel Crafts throws it in. Lost by Erico. It'll be a Brookline throw in now around midfield. Lawrence chucking it up. Deflects off the head of Crafts out of bounds. It'll stay with Brookline.
And Winchester going into more of a defensive shape, up 1-0 now in the second half.
Lawrence, the big-armed thrower for Brookline, setting up for a throw-in here. Flies into the box, over everybody, deflects down and booted away, I think, by O'Riordan. And it's going to stay with Brookline for another throw-in. The student section chanting for Wally Lawrence. He did get a throw-in assist in the round of 32. Here it comes. Headed down, kick, up in the air, header. Oh, too high, but I think it was punched up by the goalie. I think it's going to be a corner chance for Brookline as the Warriors keep up their relentless attack.
That's unbelievable. A near chance for Brookline, tapped up and back, and an injured Warrior shaken up. Appears to be Nicoli, but luckily he's all right, and a corner kick coming.
Corner kick should be coming in from Ryan Goldberg. This one coming in low, and it's going to be kicked out by Winchester again. This will be another corner chance for the Warriors. They set up for it again, and what? What do they whistle? Offsides on Brookline or something? Something took away that second corner chance, and now it's a goal kick for Winchester. I'm not sure what happened there.
That was super weird.
Winchester moves it out to the far side as they try and move it up the line. Blocked there by Brookline, but lost out of bounds. It'll be Winchester ball.
Winchester, after playing defense the last couple minutes, they'll look to get some kind of offensive push on the wings through the middle, and almost did for a second there.
Almost did, but knocked away by Dong. Julian Wiles' pass misses his intended target, but still gets to the outside. Kicked upfield, deflects up in the air. Knocked away there by Marvin Lee. Wally Lawrence swoops in to take it. Lawrence weaving around the defense here. Sends a hard pass back to Dong. Dong winds and boots this one out to the far side, looking to Littman. Littman trying to turn the corner. And he gets the favorable deflection to make this a throw-in for Brookline.
And Jesse, importantly now, it's raining.
It is pouring.
It is not just raining, it is showering at the moment.
Littman kicks this one, and it's going to bounce out. And that's going to make that ball even more wet and slippery. And it's going to be interesting to see how things play out here in the second half with this change in weather.
Again, in the first half, the lone goal in this game scored by Winchester's Tom Duval came off the hands, slipped off the hands of Alex Magula.
This goal kick off the head of Weil, off the head of Crafts, off the head of Erico to stay in, gets it back to Crafts. He boots it up. Popped back by Applebaum, almost recovered by Goldberg, but taken away instead by Queenan. Queenan sends it up the line. Tight spot here. It's going to be a throw-in for Winchester. Boy, I'm so glad we get to call this game from a press box.
It is wonderful.
Lawrence, pass up, finds Friedman. Friedman sending it forward, cut off by Lee. He's made so many defensive plays today. Kicked away, headed down by Applebaum. Recovered here by Friedman. Friedman slips and falls. They say no foul. Pass up to Erico. Erico tries the fancy touch there, and it's intercepted by Lawrence. Good defensive read. Lawrence, pass to the near side to Weil. Weil to the middle, Littman. It goes outside, finds Torres. Torres dribbling around, looking, lifts a kick in high. Header chance! Oh, saved by Brown, still loose. Cleared out. A big header chance for Koya Nicoli. Just didn't get enough on it. As Goldberg recovers the ball, pass to the outside, goes back to Applebaum, back up to Friedman. Friedman slips the defense, racing up the line. Hard slide tackle there. And it's going to be a throw-in.
Friedman checks.
Boy, it is absolutely torrential out here in Parsons. One thing this could affect is visibility.
Gonna make the game more chaotic for sure.
Throw-in comes in a little low, headed back out. And kicked away by Winchester, recovered by Dong. Fakes out the defense and passes it up to Nicoli. Nicoli taps it back. Dong comes back for it, tries a pass, nobody there. Kicked away by Winchester. Recovered by Applebaum around midfield. Oh, that went off his hand. Unlucky bounce for Brookline, as it's going to be a free kick chance for Winchester.
That's a killer for Brookline. It pinged off his foot, up off his fingertips. And just like that, Winchester with a free kick, halting Brookline's momentum for the moment after the Warriors had a very close opportunity a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, they were keeping up a very sustained attack there, and now it's going to be going the other way. This one lifted in by Lee. Out to the near side. Crafts taps it forward to Erico. Crosser flies in. Blocked. Oh, no! An own goal for Brookline, and Winchester is up 2. That goal will be credited to Ian Erico, as it was his crosser kick that went off the foot of a defender and into the net. And the visitors are up 2. Brookline is trying to argue something, but I don't think they're going to win that appeal. The officials are discussing things. I think they're trying to argue whether or not Erico was offsides when he received that pass.
It came off the foot of Brookline Santi Sierra in what's been a heartbreaking game so far for Brookline.
And now a 2-score deficit for the Warriors.
Winchester benefiting now off of 2 Warriors mistakes for both of their goals.
And a whistle here as, Brookline was making a substitution. Nico Liteplo back in the ball game for Brookline. And they really need a score and need it fast if they want to get back in this one, now trailing by 2. Sierra pass knocked away by Erico, out of bounds.
Well, Jesse, we talked about how the weather would cause more chaos in this game. It sure has, and it's benefited Winchester and not the Warriors.
This header deflects to the middle, knocked away by Winchester, and they clear it out. This ball flying upfield, and whoops, slipping and falling, and it's taken away by Winchester. Pass goes to the middle to Ebed. Ebed hit from behind. They're just playing it out here. This one bouncing around, recovered by the Warriors. Sierra, pass to the outside. That's Weil. Weil sprinting up the middle with it, trying to keep control. Oh, no. Oh, that's an injury. Oh, that
was a terrible foul.
I'm trying to figure out.
He went down hard.
And the athletic trainer, Alex Jazik, coming out to check on Julian Weil. See, my thought on that, Sam, I don't know that that was a foul, but I think Weil actually, I think might actually be hurt here. He's holding his knee, and he's not turning over side to side. That's usually the telltale sign that a guy, might have flopped or is trying to sell a foul, is because, if you can turn over, it doesn't hurt that much. But if you're not able to turn over, then to me, that's a sign of real pain. And if that was, and like I said, I don't necessarily think it was a foul. And if that's the case, this could be a non-contact knee injury.
I think he just slipped there.
Yeah, I think his foot might have just planted wrong or something.
I agree with you, Jesse. For a second, I thought that was a foul. That was not a foul on any part of the Winchester players, but while he slipped and he went down really hard.
And Weil is going to be helped off the field, staying completely off that right leg. And boy, Sam, non-contact injuries are always the scariest, and the knee is about the scariest place you could get one. I certainly hope Julian Weil is okay. He has stepped up for Brookline in a big way, in a much bigger role on the offense this year in his junior season. And, whatever may happen today, even if the season ends today, you certainly hope that he'll be okay in the long run, for the seasons to come.
100%.
In the meantime, it's going to be a free kick for Brookline. It'll be Ryan Goldberg taking the kick. Lifts this one into the box. Bouncing along and just missed by everybody as it bounces out of bounds. And it will be a goal kick.
That one had a chance to be dangerous, Jesse, if somebody had gotten on the other end of it. Could have been a tap-in chance, but instead it's out of play. And yet again, Winchester back with possession after a failed chance for the Warriors.
Brown with the goal kick as the rain seems to be letting up now a little bit. Well, only a little bit. It's still going out there. Torres with the ball here. Pass out to Friedman. And that one knocked loose by Queenan. It's going to go out of bounds. Brookline throw-in.
Brookline needs to move quickly. Up-tempo throw from Lawrence.
This one goes off the head of Lee. It's going the wrong way. And did Trumbauer manage to get that out the sideline? Or is it? It looks like, yeah, he got it out the sideline, so it is going to be a throw-in. They're sending in Lawrence to throw this one in. Deep in the Winchester end as we got a sub, I think, coming in for Brookline. Number 4, Diego Leteplo into the game, looks like. And it looks like they're sending him up into the box here. This throw coming in a little shallower than you'd expect, but it deflects right back to Lawrence. He fires a kick. It deflects off of somebody and is going to roll down the sideline. It's recovered by Brookline, but kicked away now by Winchester. Brookline recovers it. Pass goes back to Dong. Dong gives over to Applebaum. Applebaum to the near side to Lawrence. Lawrence going for the give and go with Friedman, and he slides a back foot pass to Friedman. Friedman sends a pass through, deflected by O'Riordan. Recovered there by Nico Leteplo. Touches a pass through, finds a man, crosser pass, not there. Intercepted by the red and black and cleared out. Chasing back for it, Diego Leteplo. That pass misses badly, and it's kicked away by Smagula, who had to race up for it. Off a couple of heads. Sliced up in the air there by Lachlan Archer. Pushed further up by Ebed. Recovered now by Applebaum. Pass up to Lawrence. Lawrence battling, and it goes out of bounds. Winchester ball.
Looks like it may have came off the hand of Ebed.
And it's going to be another Winchester throw-in, it looks like. So officials seeing it differently as subbing back in for Winchester is Kumaran, replacing Ebed. About 24 and a half minutes on the clock here. Winchester leading Brookline 2-0. Throw in. Going bouncing along, and it's out of bounds. Going to be a goal kick for Brookline.
Brookline in need of an offensive spark. Again, we talked about this. They're going to have to allocate more guys up front to the sides, but as a result, when Winchester wins the balls in midfield, it means that their counterattacks are even more dangerous with less defenders back for the Warriors.
This ball deflects to the outside to Lippman. Lippman trying to juke out his defender and manages to get a pass away. The Warriors moving with it. Sierra slides it across to Goldberg. Goldberg dribbling up, fires a long kick. It's deflected to the outside by the defense, and that's going to go out the back line. A corner chance coming up for the Warriors.
Well, that exchange, Jesse, is exactly what Brookline has to do. They have to have a bunch of guys come up, overwhelm Winchester's defense quickly, and hope that a deflection goes their way.
Brookline trailing by 2. They need a goal in the worst way. Corner kick flies in. Deflects off ahead, straight up in the air. Headed up by Friedman. Headed in! Brookline is on the board off a score from Jonah Lippman. I believe that was Lippman who scored that one off a header assist from Jacob Friedman.
Well, Jesse, you said Brookline needed a goal in the worst way. They get it, and they're back in it here at Parsons with the crowd into it. 1-goal game with 23 minutes to go.
And I certainly hope I identified the goal scorer correctly. My eyes, it was Jonah Lippman who scored that one off the assist from Jacob Friedman. Feel free to speak up in the live chat if you guys saw things differently. I know I misidentified the goal scorer in the round of 32 game, but we'll see. It's a 2-1 game here. Smagula punts this one. Battle for the ball on that near side. Pushed up by Brookline. Lawrence tried to, Leteplo tried to pass, but no dice there. Might not have been Lippman. Might have been Leteplo who got the header. I'm not sure. But I think it was Lippman. As that one goes out of bounds. Looks like it's going to be a throw-in for Brookline here, deep in their own end with 22 minutes to go. They trail by 1. Bouncing along. Nico Leteplo pops this one in the air across the field. Friedman fighting for it against Crafts. Still fighting, pushing that ball forward and drawing the foul.
What a move by Jacob Friedman, Jesse. Clipped him himself, and he is down. Hope he's okay. There's a yellow card coming out.
A yellow card assessed to Cole Queenan. And Friedman is slow to get up, but he's going to be helped up. You remember what I said earlier. When a guy is able to turn around, that's how you know they're generally okay. Because if that part of your body is really hurt, it would hurt like heck to turn over like that. But a free kick chance for Brookline here. Ryan Goldberg sitting up to kick this one in. Lifts it into the box. Headed straight up in the air. Still in play. Oh, they're going to call a foul. A Brookline player tried for a bicycle kick and ended up kicking the defender instead of the ball.
And now a yellow card coming out. That's the second yellow card in a row we have seen. And hopefully the player down for Winchester is okay.
That is Nico Leteplo being assessed the yellow and checking out for Brookline.
Man.
And boy, this is turning into an intense affair here at Parsons. They might be calling for the trainer again, and out comes Alex Jazik to take a look at another player. As like I said, this one's getting intense, in both all of the best and all of the worst ways possible.
100%. Brookline, though, Jesse, they're finding a lot of success not from the sides on through balls and give and goes, but rather by crosses. Crossing it in, header balls, that's how they got their goal with Jonah Littman. But on these other chances, as we saw there, deep cross, kick into the box from a long distance, and chaos created another near chance for the Warriors. An unfortunate end to that opportunity, though.
And the player is up on his feet, walking off on his own power, which is good to see. We always say, no matter who you're rooting for, you never root for an injury, and I believe that's number 21, Lachlan Archer, who is jogging off on his own power. Gonna take a breather, but he looks okay, and hopefully he is okay. So it's going to be a free kick for Winchester here. 21-12 on the clock. Here in the second half, Winchester leads 2-1. This one lifted up in the air. Deflects down, booted up by Dong. Moving down the far sideline. Littman giving chase, but ran out of room. Out of bounds, Winchester ball.
Close call there. And Winchester looking to cool the temperature here at Parsons, take control of the game, and end this one once and for all.
This one tapped back, booted upfield by Dong, headed down by Queenan, but it's taken here by Brookline. Pass up to Torres, out to Friedman. Friedman going back up to Torres, heading towards the corner here. Maybe looking for that favorable deflection again. No, he dribbles out, sends in a crosser himself. Header is down, right in front. Nicole! Koya Nicole ties it up for Brookline. Oh my gosh. Nicole still down on the ground. It looks like he is getting back up. A little hobbled getting up as he had to fight for that one. But it's Koya Nicole. The initial crosser coming in from Jad Torres, but initially touched there by Jonah Littman, whose header was deflected, floated up in the air, and then it was Koya Nicole scoring the equalizer for the Warriors. We've got ourselves an entirely new ball game here, folks. Tied up at 2 with 20:13 to go.
This is unreal, Jesse, and the Warriors have looked like an entirely new team after they got that first goal to cut it to a one-goal game. Koya Nicole putting his body on the line to tie it up, and it's comeback city in Brookline.
And just like that, things have changed entirely. Winchester has led for the entirety of the second half up until now. As this ball deflects back and forth. Fighting for it is Nicole. Nicole has it stolen by Kumaran. Kumaran pushing it upfield. We're going to see a lot more offensive pushes from Winchester. Sir, you're blocking the camera. Thank you.
Well, Jesse, you know what's interesting is that, one, Winchester hasn't just led for the entire second half up until now. They've led for almost the entire game. This has been...
That's true. It was the 13th minute when they scored their first goal. So it was a sizable chunk of time there.
It's been all Winchester, and also, for whatever reason, personally, after Brookline got that goal, the vibe of the team changed. I had a gut feeling that the team was going to score another goal, and they have.
This one deflected out by Brookline, kicked right back in by O'Riordan, slices to the outside, headed forward by Erico, booted up in the air now by Dong. Off the head of O'Riordan, off the head of Goldberg, off the head of Crafts. This one deflects out of bounds, and it is going to be Brookline ball. Friedman to throw this one in, looks like. Goes off the head of Crafts, right back to Friedman, and he's just going to let this one bounce out of bounds for another throw-in. I know it's a bit tough to see the sideline here as the crowd packing it in here at Parsons. This one deflects towards the middle, kicked away by O'Riordan. To the outside, racing up with it now is Duval. Duval, a kick towards the middle, intercepted there by Goldberg, and he is going to kick that one away out of bounds.
Winchester here with an opportunity. Brookline packing their defenders at the back.
This one deflected back, battling for it in a tight space on that far side. They fit a pass through. Brookline was looking for the offsides call, and they got it. A big offsides call there. We got a note in the live chat from a Brookline soccer alumnus, Gabe Spaggett, saying Koya clutch factor, referring, of course, to Koya Nicoli, his former teammate here on the Warriors, who has tied things up here in the second half. This one deflects forward. It's a race for the ball. Kicked away there by Trumbauer to keep it away from Torres as it went forward off the head of Sammy Treestman.
And Torres nearly got to it, Jesse. He was just a bit behind Trumbauer. But if he had gotten ahead of him, could have had a chance.
And now the throwing specialist, Wally Lawrence, setting up for the throw-in. You know, it's always dangerous when he gets the ball in his hands. Flying towards the box. Off the head of Littman, up in the air. Off the head of Queenan, going out. And a foul is going to be called as I think Sierra bumped him when going up for that ball. Correct call there, and it's going to be a free kick for Winchester.
Thing is, even though that play didn't work out for the Warriors, that's the type of chance they have to generate and keep trying to generate and go at.
This one poked loose by Winchester, recovered by Kumaran. Kumaran dribbling around, pass outside, finds Errico. Errico cuts in, looking, dribbling around, fires a shot, flying in, off the top of the net, out of bounds, goal kick.
That one curled in and around Jesse. Errico with a fading chance to his right for Winchester. Brookline's defenders doing a good job double teaming him, closing him out to his right side and forcing the shot to miss.
Smagula with the goal kick here. Deflects, kicked away there by O'Hara. Couple of deflections off heads. Lawrence tried to push it forward, but knocked away by the Winchester defense. Upfield goes off the head of Dong, off the head of Kumaran. Dong boots it up in the air, and it's going to fly out. Winchester ball. Just under 16 minutes to go here in the second half, tied up at 2 apiece. What a thrill this game has been so far.
What a game it has been. Brookline with the offensive explosion they have needed here in the second half.
And they're trying to generate some more offense, but this ball is going to be kicked away by Trumbauer. Battling for the ball. Dong comes away with it. Dong running up with it. Dong running it across midfield. Still looking, sending one forward now. Crossing it to the near side. Kraft's going to get there first. And Friedman dodging that ball there as he knew it was going out of bounds. Throw-in chance for Brookline. Friedman sends it to the middle, looking for Lawrence. Lawrence fires, and he misses wide.
Lawrence turned around there, and it looked like he had a shot on goal, but he turned a bit too quickly. All that power shot out of a cannon, though, Jesse.
I mean, you know, people might forget that at the start of his career, Wally Lawrence was a striker for the Brookline High boys soccer team. He has transitioned to a wingback position, but he has still got that same firepower he had when he first started.
He just whipped his body around and flung it.
This ball back to Queenan. Queenan keeps it in bounds, up to Ebed, and a misread there on the pass. Out of bounds, Brookline ball.
Brookline's did a great job containing Queenan ever since Winchester went up 2-0, and Brookline came back. We haven't called his name in a good while.
Trumbauer sending it to the outside to O'Hara. O'Hara pass up, deflected away by Diego Leteplo. And that one lost out of bounds. And it's going to be Winchester ball. They're pushing it up that far side. Big chance here. Racing in. Slide tackle stop by Jeffrey Dong, but that is going to force a corner kick. Dong going down hurt, but that looks like, maybe more of a cramp or something like that. So hopefully he is okay.
Such a crucial play from Dong, preventing the in ball from Winchester. Just hope he's all right and hope that it is just a cramp.
Clock stops with 13:38 to go here in the second half. Knotted up at 2. Winchester took the 1-0 lead into the break off a goal from Tom Duval. They got a multi-score lead here in the second half off a goal from Ian Errico. But then Brookline answering back, a goal from Jonah Lippman, assisted by Jacob Friedman, and then the equalizer from Koya Nicoli, assisted by Lippman. And now Winchester setting up for a corner chance. They haven't had a lot of these, but a big opportunity to potentially go back in the lead as Nico Leteplo subs back in for the Warriors.
Well, Jesse, one thing I can say for sure, whichever team wins this game, that's a huge element in a Cinderella story.
There's the whistle. Kick comes in low and out of bounds. I don't think that was definitely not what he was trying to do there. That one came off his foot wrong.
Most likely slipped, and again, we've talked about this a lot at different times in the game, more than others, but still the weather having somewhat of an impact, the ball a little bit more slippery than usual.
Big kick upfield, taken at midfield by Nico Leteplo. Sending it to the outside. He's trying to lead for Friedman. Friedman is forcing Crafts to knock it out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Brookline on the near side.
Just closed out on good job by Crafts to get back over in one-on-one coverage.
And they're going to give this ball to Lawrence, the baseball outfielder. Biggest arm on the team, trying to set up for a throw-in chance here into the box. Flies in. Deflects down. Sliced by Duval. Kicked further out by Kumaran. Goldberg fakes, steps up, kick is blocked, and cleared out there by the red and black. Headed forward by Applebaum. Bouncing along, deflects back to Lawrence. Lawrence pass to the outside. He's looking for Littman. Littman coming down the far side. He sends in a kick. Too high, too far wide, out of bounds, goal kick.
Just a bit too much on that one from Littman, but Brookline, these are the types of opportunities they have to generate. A good chance there for Goldberg, but Winchester stacking the box with all their defenders back getting the block.
Now Winchester moving it up the far side. They send it down to the Brookline end of the field, but out of bounds. Subs checking in on both sides here.
Brookline's done a really good job in this second half ever since they've shut down Winchester to defend against the side attacks. That's where Winchester has been the most dangerous after they've won the ball in the midfield.
Now swooping back for the ball, Nico Leteplo swings a pass to the outside to Lawrence. Lawrence pass up, finds Torres. Torres struggling to control the ball, but the ball is recovered now by Koya Nicoli. Nicoli, pass curving a bit, gets to Goldberg. Goldberg looking around. Opts to pass it to the back line. To Diego Leteplo. Swings it over to Applebaum. Applebaum back to Diego Leteplo. Sends it up the middle. Bouncing along. Fighting for the ball. And it's deflected away by Winchester. Errico takes it. But it's stolen back by Lawrence. But he ran out of room. It's going to be a throw-in for Winchester.
And that's a tough play for Brookline. Wally Lawrence doing all he can. 10:45 to go in the game. In regulation.
Oh, you got to specify regulation now with the score tied. This one bouncing through, and Diego Leteplo coming off the bench to play a crucial defensive role here in the playoffs. He knocks that one out of bounds. Battling on that near side. Pass intercepted there booted away by Brookline. Sierra kicks that one away. A race to the ball, knocked out by Trumbauer. Quick throw in, rush to Nico Leteplo, turning the corner, still dribbling, ball's knocked away. This pass now intercepted. Sierra sends a pass, misses Torres there, and that's going to roll over the back line, goal kick.
On that previous play, great job by Nico Leteplo to get over, also with Jad Torres to force that throw in for Brookline and the Winchester defender to even kick it out in the first place.
This one out to the far side, pass to the middle. And a pair of slides trying to get that ball. It deflects over to Nico Leteplo. Leteplo gets a pass through. Out on the far side, dribbling with it is Torres. Torres looking for the crosser, fits a pass through, but it's kicked away by the defense. Now Winchester on the counter. Pass goes upfield, blocked by Lawrence. Lawrence tangled up with Erico. He gets the ball and gets it away to Sierra. Sierra up the middle, Nicoli taps it over to Sierra. Sierra jukes around a man. Swings the pass over to Littman. Littman dribbling up. Tries to juke. Keeps the ball. Passes up. Finds a man. Tapped over. Sierra. Pass outside. Friedman tries the crosser. It's deflected. And now kicked out by Winchester. It'll be a throw-in for Brookline, but the Warriors relentless in their pressure in this second half.
That ball had a chance, Jesse, before the Winchester defender kicked it away. But regardless, yet another one for Brookline. 8:30 about to go in the game.
Lawrence setting up for another throw-in into the box. This one flying in a bit wide, and it goes off ahead, and it went off the head of a Winchester player. This is going to be a corner kick for Brookline now as they send Goldberg to the corner to kick it.
That's what it looked like. Two Winchester defenders marked up on Nico Leteplo, and that's what they have to do. Brookline continuing to feast off of these corner opportunities.
Corner kick comes in high, headed up by Nico Leteplo, but recovered by Queenan. Queenan battling with several Brookline players and gets the foul call as Brookline was trying to grab at everything to stop Queenan from making a big transition play there.
Interesting that the referee didn't play advantage there.
Well, it wasn't to their advantage, I would argue, personally, because they were grabbing him and slowing down his progress. He couldn't really move up with it, and after a certain amount of time, you can't play the advantage anymore, so you have to be firm in the call, and I think that's the right call by the officials there.
That does make sense.
Timeout was called with 7 minutes and 39 seconds on the clock here in the second half, as we are all knotted up at 2 apiece here in the round of 16.
Man, what a game this has turned out to be, Jesse.
You said it.
All the stuff for the camera. Sam Lowenstein here on color commentary with JC Mayfield-Sheehan. Brookline tied with Winchester 2-2 with 7:39 to go in regulation after a timeout.
And now in a situation like this, Sam, the only question is, who's going to be the hero? Because this game can't end in a tie. We're past the stages where that's possible. Somebody has to win. Someone has to deal the finishing blow. And it's just a question of who it's going to be.
For Brookline already, Koya Nicoli, an incredible goal. He got hit after he scored. Can he continue to play well? Have an impact for the team.
Out of the timeout, a free kick from Winchester. Upfield, it's recovered by Sierra and kicked back the other way. Finds Nico Leteplo. Leteplo tapped away from behind, and Winchester pushing it upfield. Big battle out on that far side between Littman and Duval. Duval couldn't get it. Out of bounds. Brookline throw-in.
Duval's been shut down. Queenan's been shut down. Those are the main big two for Winchester. And that's a huge part of the reason why Brookline has limited them, allowing the Warriors to tie it up.
And this ball is going to be taken by Lawrence. Lawrence taking off with it, knocked away by the defense, sent back to the goalie. Brown pops it up in the air. Headed down, recovered now, and kicked away by Queenan. And that ball is going to bounce out of bounds. Brookline ball again. 6:40 on the clock here in the second half.
And what an unbelievable game. This is one of the great playoff games that we have covered together. We had a bunch of incredible girls games last year with the Warriors' run to the semifinals. The boys team hoping to keep their run up here in the round of 16.
That pass sent out to Applebaum. His kick deflects off Ebed. And nice block there from Applebaum. Deflects over to Friedman this time. Friedman stopped there by Crafts. Recovered by Kumaran. His pass intercepted by Sierra. Sierra taps it through to Nicoli. Nicoli sending it up to Lawrence. Kicked away there. Now sent upfield by Winchester. They're trying to counter. Duval racing down the far side. Sends a cross pass in. Rolls through. No foul call either way as Applebaum clears this one up to Nico Leteplo. Leteplo, touch pass back, gets to Sierra. Sierra outside to Lawrence. Lawrence cuts in, avoids one. Pass across. Nicoli couldn't corral it. It's recovered instead by Lee. Lee, pass to the outside, cut off by Applebaum there. And it's going to be a Winchester throw-in with a sub checking in for the red and black. That's Ian Errico coming back in, replacing Kumaran. Errico scored the second half goal for Winchester off basically a defensive own goal by the Warriors. As this one headed down the near side, can't really see, but it appears to have gone out of bounds. I think it's a Brookline throw-in, and it is.
Close call there in the corner for Brookline, as it appears the clock is freezing with 5 minutes to go in regulation.
That's correct, Sam. That clock frozen to represent stoppage time as this ball flying to the outside. Duval with it. Duval squaring up with Littman. Littman blocks him.
And it starts to rain again.
O'Riordan lifts it into the box. Ball's loose. And cleared out by Brookline. Dangerous chance there. But now Friedman taking it the other way. Friedman shedding off his defender. Racing up. Tackled from behind. And that's going to be a foul call. And a free kick for Brookline in the opposing end.
That is a huge play, Jesse. Here as the rain comes back down.
And we've got a yellow card assessed to Sam Crafts. And that's going to be a tough loss on the wings, even if temporary, for Winchester, as Brookline sets up for this free kick from about the 40-yard line of the football field. Ryan Goldberg setting up to kick this one.
Crafts has been one of their premier defenders in this one. Yet another ball in for Brookline.
This one coming in high towards the net, off the crossbar. Was it touched by the goalie? It was. It went off the hand of Brown just at the edge of the top of the net. And it's going to be a corner chance for Brookline as they send the lefty kicker, Santi Sierra, out to kick this one from the right corner.
That was unreal. Almost the goal of the year for Brookline. The goal of the season, but it was tapped up by the keeper, Brown.
Still a chance for the goal of the year here if they can find one off the corner. Sierra lifts it in. Headed away by Lee. Tapped down by Goldberg, but cleared out there by, I think, Duval. It's going to be a throw-in for Brookline. Still in stoppage time here in the second half. Only the triple whistle from the official will signal the end of regulation and a possible overtime period if nobody scores before that triple whistle comes. Throw in here from Goldberg. Off ahead. Kicked back forward by Goldberg. Over the head of Lee. Torres given chase. Torres knocked it loose, but could he keep it in bounds? Oh, it was deflected out off Lee. He let it roll out, so it's going to be a throw-in coming from Lawrence. Another chance for Brookline to throw it into the box. They're sending a lot of their biggest guys into the box to try and potentially head this one in. The throw coming from Lawrence. In high. Deflects. Kicked out. Right back to Lawrence. Fires. Slices it. Chased down by Sierra. Sierra looking. Dribbling around. Tries to spin, lost the ball, taken away clean by Winchester. They're on the counter rush now. Moving down the far side. Duval, crosser comes in, nobody there, and it's going to be covered up by Alex Smagula.
The sure hands of Smagula making sure to hold on to the ball after his mistake earlier, but he has made up for it.
Punts this one up to Friedman. Friedman trying to self-pass. Tangled up with Erico. Friedman kicks it upfield. Torres battling with Lee for the ball. And a foul called on Torres. And it'll be a free kick for Winchester.
They said Torres went in behind of DeAnthony.
That was Marvin Lee that he was battling with, number 4. Yeah, I know. Hard to read off the list.
Thought that was number 5 he went in behind.
Maybe. I thought it was 4, but maybe I was wrong.
You're probably right.
Deflecting back and forth. Recovered by Lawrence. Lawrence battling with Ebed, trying to keep that ball in. And it is not staying in. It's going to be out of bounds. A throw in for Winchester. That is Ben D'Antoni holding the ball right now. Who has come in late in this second half. But he's going to sub out now for Crafts, who comes back in after serving his card. Throw in. Deflects. Booted away there by, I believe, Dong. Recovered by Torres. Pass back Goldberg. Goldberg pops it up in the air and sliced the wrong way by Winchester. Lawrence shoots, scores! Wally Lawrence in stoppage time! Can you believe it? Oh my gosh! All the miscues Brookline has suffered from, and it's a kick sliced the wrong way by Winchester that gives Wally Lawrence his opportunity. And the senior co-captain would not waste his opportunity. Brookline with the lead for the first time all day in stoppage time.
Unbelievable, Jesse. It's a party at Parsons. Wally Lawrence, this is the goal of the year. Lawrence takes it home. We talked about who would be the hero. And Wally Lawrence will be for Brookline. Unbelievable.
And I think another timeout is called, as it looks like Winchester is trying to set up for some kind of play to send everybody forward, as they know they've got almost no time to work with. It's an indeterminate amount of time, nothing exact, as again, it's just going to be the triple whistle from the official signaling the end of regulation. But you gotta feel it's been a little while since the clock froze at 5 minutes. So not a lot of time for Winchester to try and get this one back.
Most likely a matter of seconds, Jesse. Winchester, a very slim chance to tie this one back up, and Wally Lawrence wide open. You talked about it. Brookline's been plagued by miscues, an own goal, a mistake from Smagula, and Smagula hugging Wally Lawrence after his goal. Unreal for the Warriors. A miscue from Winchester, sliced the wrong way. Lawrence in the right spot, and he buries it home. A former striker for the team earlier in his career. He shows out and shows up in his senior season.
And this one looking almost like an onside kick in American football as they launch it upfield. Brookline sagging in everyone on defense, and they're trying to clear it out, but it's kept in play by Lee. Lee kicks it towards the box, flying in, headed down. And Brookline going to clear it out. Friedman sends it up. Torres racing out to the ball. Brown coming out for it. Brown kicks it away. Still in play here. A slide tackle there, but Sierra kicks it away. And it's out of bounds. Brookline ball. Huge play by Sierra.
This is unreal. Brookline.
Wait, are they saying
it's Winchester ball?
They signaled Brookline ball. Yeah, the official is correcting the matter. It is Brookline ball. That's huge by Santi Sierra to get that favorable deflection. They bring in the big arm of Wally Lawrence to throw this as far away from their own goal as possible. Just chucks it upfield. That one out of bounds again off Winchester. Another throw in for Brookline, and at this point the goal is kill clock. Brookline holding the ball near the sideline. And there is the triple whistle. And can you believe the comeback kids of Brookline are going to the round of 8? The final score, the 21st seeded Brookline High Warriors 3, the 28th seeded Winchester Red and Black 2. What a game, Sam.
What a game, Jesse. 0 to hero. Brookline comes back down 2-0. It looked like it was all but impossible. 2 bad mistakes leading to goals for Winchester, and Brookline comes back, flips the game on its head, and Wally Lawrence, the senior, scores for the Warriors. They win it 3-2 off a Winchester mistake. The tide turns, and Parsons can celebrate.
And it was all the seniors leading the way on this comeback. Jonah Littman, another member of that class of 26, heading in that first goal off the header assist from his fellow senior Jacob Friedman. And then Littman got a deflection over to his fellow senior Koya Nicoli for the big game-tying score. And then in the closing minutes of stoppage time, it was the senior co-captain, Wally Lawrence, seizing his chance, not throwing away his shot, and delivering victory to Brookline.
It's been a beautiful night for Brookline.
It's been a good night to be a Warrior. And Brookline will be heading on to the round of 8, their furthest advancement into the tournament since their miraculous state tournament run back in 2021, as they have gotten revenge for past playoff losses in each of the first 2 rounds of this tournament. They avenged their losses in 2022 and 2024 against St. John's in the round of 32, now avenging their upset loss 2 years ago in the round of 16 to Winchester with a huge comeback win here tonight. They will face either number 4 Needham or number 13 Concord Carlisle, as their game starts in about an hour over in Needham. So this will definitively be the last home game of the season for Brookline. A surprise home game, to say the least, given that they started on the road, but they have seized their opportunity and punched their ticket. And that, my dear fans, is going to do it for this one. Alongside Sam Lowenstein, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all so much for watching today. Remember, if you enjoyed this broadcast, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll be posting highlights from this match later tonight on this YouTube channel, as well as on my social media accounts on Instagram and Facebook. You can find the links to follow me on social media in the bottom right corner of your screen, as well in the description section of this video. You can also find in the description section some other helpful links. The Venmo account to the Friends of BHS Soccer Booster Club, which supports all 6 Brookline High soccer teams. boys and girls varsity, JV, and freshmen, as well as the link and phone number for our local charity spotlight, the Brookline Food Pantry. Remember, you know, lots of people going hungry in our country right now. It's important to invest in your community. Remember, beautiful nights like tonight are only possible when we invest in our communities, so I encourage you to keep doing so wherever you can. And then, of course, some other links that you can see in the bottom right corner of the screen. My personal website, jessesports.com, where you can find out more about me, the freelance sports broadcasting services that I provide to various teams, and how you can commission those services for your favorite team. And if you want to skip past all that, you can email me directly with any questions, requests, or comments you may have. Thanks to all those who brought the good vibes in the live chat tonight, as we've got some last notes in the live chat. Some kind words from you guys. Robert Labella saying you guys do a great job. Elliot Schickler saying Jesse is the best and he's a credit to Brookline. Jenny Tam saying great announcing by Jesse and Sam. And Jacob Smagula, older brother of goalkeeper Alex Smagula and Brookline High volleyball alumnus, saying great commentary, Jesse. Again, thank you all for your kind words. If there's anything you'd like to say after the live stream is concluded, you can say it in the comment section down below. But that's going to put a wrap on this one. Final score, Brookline 3, Winchester 2. Alongside Sam Lowenstein, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan here at Parsons Field in Brookline, Massachusetts, and we will see you in the round of 8. Good night, everybody.